So this is Tesla's full self-driving version 12.5. I'm on my way to AMC Jersey Gardens in Elizabeth, New Jersey. I'm going to see Deadpool and Wolverine. So today is July 28th. I'm on my way to see Deadpool and Wolverine at the AMC Jersey Gardens. 15-minute drive, 8 miles. FSD version 12.5, the latest version available. Let's see how this goes. I have the speed set to, what is it? What do they call it? Automatic set speed offset. So basically the Tesla will control its own speed. I don't necessarily have to adjust the speed higher or lower for the most part. I've had this version 12.5 for about 2 days now. I used it last night and it was pretty perfect, pretty much. The thing about this version is the nags seem to have gone away for the most part, even though I just had a nag a few seconds ago. But I was kind of looking away from the road. People are so worried about cars driving themselves. I can tell you from experience, human drivers are way worse than cars that drive themselves. Way worse. That's who you need to worry about. Yourself. Up until about 2 or 3 days ago, I had version 12.3.6. So Tesla gave me this update to 12.5. I skipped over all of the 12.4 versions. So I have no experience with FSD version 12.4. But with version 12.3.6, my complaint was that the Tesla was overly cautious, very slow. It always drove beneath the maximum speed limit. With this version 12.5, it is very assertive. and it has no problem driving at the maximum speed. I don't have to press the accelerator as much, at least, as I did with version 12.3.6. And we're doing 69 here, and I still have a vehicle almost pretty much tailgating. And this is what I'm talking about with these human drivers. You're way more dangerous than a vehicle that drives itself. Now, version 12.3.6, I would have had to touch the steering wheel at least twice by now. Or at least 3 times by now. I did have to touch the steering wheel once during this drive at the very beginning. But that's probably my fault for not looking at the road. But so far, the nags have pretty much been non-existent, which improves the quality of the drive. When you have to touch the steering wheel every 2 to 3 minutes, it kind of makes you not even want to use FSD, full self-driving. Imagine being on a 3-hour road trip and you have to touch the steering wheel every 3 minutes. I mean, it's still better than, actually having to drive yourself to an extent, but it's kind of annoying. Either I'm driving the car myself, or I'm not driving the car myself. If you have to constantly physically monitor the steering wheel, it kind of defeats the purpose. Now, we had another driver pretty much tailgating me. I'm doing 60 miles per hour, but I'm not going to press the accelerator. I'm just going to let the Tesla do its thing. Because even if I was driving 80 miles per hour, well, they wouldn't be tailgating me because they don't have the capability. None of these cars are fast enough to keep up with a Tesla like that. That's not me being pompous or arrogant, but it's just the facts. I don't know why people try to tailgate Teslas like your car is just not fast. You're just an unruly person, an unruly driver. Look at this guy. Maximum speed limit here is 50 miles per hour. We're doing 55 miles per hour. And it's still not fast enough for these people, for these drivers. Give it another 10 years or so when, self-driving cars become the norm. It's going to totally, revolutionize the American road map. You're not going to have accidents like you have today. You're not going to have all of these major roadway fatalities where you have tens of thousands of people dead every year from car crashes. Most of these car crashes are from people speeding, tailgating, making impulsive, illogical decisions, without warning, road rage. A self-driving car removes all of that. Now, this part of the road here, Tesla's seem to, first of all, the speed limit here is 25 miles per hour. And the Tesla's still doing 33 miles per hour, but it's extremely slow here. It kind of makes you want to press the accelerator. I think I'm going to have to press the accelerator. There's nothing wrong with the Tesla itself. It's obeying the law as much as it can, as possible, but you know, they need to increase the speed limit in this area. I'm doing 48 miles per hour. We're still barely keeping up with traffic here. Most of the problems with FSD is not the Tesla, it's not FSD itself, it's the municipal planning, the speed limits, and the human drivers around the Tesla. That's the major problem. So when we have an environment where all cars, or the majority of cars, are driving themselves, it will make for a much better and a much safer driving experience. Maybe they can increase the speed limits once all cars are driving themselves. Maybe you can have, you know, roadways where the speed limit is 100 miles per hour. Because these robots, these self-driving cars, will be so perfect in their assessment of driving conditions that they're not going to crash. They're not going to crash into one another. They are this car is extremely sensitive to objects around it. It's almost impossible for this car to crash into something else. Everything that you see on this screen, that's what the car sees. The car sees things that I can't see, that you can't see. There's 6 cameras on the outside. Well, let me not say that definitive. There's a lot of cameras on the outside of this car. This car can see things that my 2 eyes can't see. And there's been situations, I mean, before you even get close to another car, it's going to warn you. Before you get close to hitting a highway barrier, the car is going to be so aware of that object. It's almost impossible to get into a crash when you're using Tesla's full self-driving. The danger, the only way you're going to get into an accident while using self-driving, not just Tesla's full self-driving. Okay, we're here hesitating. I'm not pressing the accelerator. Tesla made this turn all on its own. There was a bit of extra hesitation, but that's fine. But the greatest danger or risk of an accident in this Tesla when it's using full self-driving or any driver assistance program is being hit by another car. This car is not going to hit someone else. Someone else is going to hit it. Okay, we're doing 22 miles per hour in a 15 mile per hour zone. Do I press the accelerator or not? This van behind me just turned away, so we pretty much have no one behind us. I'm just going to let it rock. But this is driving a bit slow. 15 miles per hour. We're doing 22 miles per hour here. I'm going to, there's a car way down there. Okay, nobody's behind me. So I'm just going to let this Tesla do its thing. But this is very slow. But it's not the Tesla's fault. The Tesla is it's obeying the law. Okay, so we have arrived. We are at the AMC. This movie has a showtime start of 12:15. It's 12:30. If you know anything about, and we got 2 pedestrians. The Tesla stopped for the pedestrians. Not a surprise. Okay. I'm pretty much here. I'm going to end the trip. Arrived at my destination. So that was a perfect drive. I've never taken that route. Well, yeah, I did take that route. It's my first time using version 12.5 to drive to the movies. Let's do some self-parking. Well, no, we don't have to. I like to park right here in the middle by myself. That's just a thing of mine. There you have it.